All right. Hey, how y'all doing out there? I'd like to welcome y'all to another episode of the Knockout Session. And I'm your host. I'm your Uncle Bucket. Over here on the Knockout Session, if you're new, we talk about any and everybody. Might even be you. So, you kick your shoes off and y'all come on in and y'all sit around for a minute. Y'all do your Uncle Bucky a big favor, okay? Y'all do the big three. Like, share, and subscribe. Help Uncle Bucky get in this algorithm so other people can hear the foolishness that we got going on over here on the knockout session, all right? Today, family, boy, I got something for y'all today. We gonna jump right into this with no sugarcoating and no fooling around. This one is about Allstar JR and NBA Ben 10. The little altercation they got themselves into. All right. All this foolishness started back at a restaurant in Houston, okay, where Ben 10 and his cronies, okay, they tried to rob All-Star JR. They tried to rob him for his chain, his gold, his watch, money. They tried to take everything he had. So they got into a scuffle, all right. And somehow during the scuffle, a handgun fell out. So evidently it was part of Ben 10's crew, when the gun fell out. It was one of their guns. And so happened All Star JR got the gun and he started firing shots. Come to find out, he hit Ben 10. And Ben 10, laid out. He wasn't moving or nothing. I guess the rest of the boys scattered because they ain't say nothing about that. But the other boys scattered or whatever. And Ben 10 hit and he laying down now. So that goes to show you brothers out there, when the heat get on, half of your homeboys gonna dip on you. But anyway, back to the story. Ben 10 laying down now, and All-Star JR wasn't finished. He walked up to him and popped three more in him. And they saying that with this other three, it fractured his spine. Now he permanently paralyzed. Now that's what they said there. I don't know. That I wasn't there. That's what they said. And he fired three shots in him, and he pointed at his head and finna go for a fourth one. But so happened, glory be, he ran out of bullets. So the headshot didn't work. All right, he lucky it didn't work because now he'll be facing a murder charge, with the rest of the foolishness. Okay. But oh boy, All Star JR didn't stop there. The gun clicked. He still pissed, so he started pistol whipping him. Allegedly, like I told you, Uncle Bucky wasn't there, but allegedly, he started pistol whipping him, and then he spat in his face. Yeah, he did. That's what they said. He spat in his face after all of that. Boy, I tell you, boy. So now the young man paralyzed. Ben 10 supposed to be allegedly. Okay. All of this go on and they pick old boy up in another state somewhere, All Star JR. They holding him without bond, Everybody thinking that this should be self-defense, right? Ben 10 and his cronies tried to rob him. He got the best of him and popped him altercation, popped him, and that's self-defense. Somebody trying to rob Uncle Bucky gonna pop you too. So you better look out for Uncle Bucky now. But everybody thinking it's supposed to be self-defense, right? Uh no, no. That's their argument, self-defense. But that the other side is saying that it was overboard. Okay. It was excessive self-defense. All of that extra, three shots to the body, tried to go to the head, and then he spat on him. So all of that extra is what they, allegedly what they trying to say that's going to kill that self-defense thing now. That's trying to kill that. So now they bringing this young man, All-Star JR, up on 2 different charges. They bringing him up on a federal gun charge because he's a felon and he had a firearm. But the trick of that is he didn't have the firearm. The other boys had it. He just so happened to pick it up and let out shots. So I don't know how that one's gonna work now because it wasn't his. If you're a felon, you can't own a firearm. He didn't own it. So I don't know about that one. And then they're trying to get him for another charge, aggravated assault with spinal injuries and head injuries or whatever the word that is. Uncle Bucky don't know, but that's the second charge they trying to get old Allstar JR with. So right now he's being held without bond. Upcoming his trial. It's gonna be in July sometime. I think July 6th, July 9th or 6th. His trial supposed to be coming up. And he facing them 2 charges. So, Uncle Bucky here to tell you. I think it could be self-defense, but all that extra, find them extra shots when the man was down, I think that's gonna kill him. I'm not a judge, I don't know. But excuse Uncle Bucky for a minute. Let me get this cup. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a judge. But the funny thing is, Ben 10, after all of that, Ben 10, back in Baton Rouge, that's where he from, he back there with NBA Youngboy. I guess that's his boss because, he got the NBA in his name, like NBA Youngboy. Why he got to put his name with NBA Youngboy, make him NBA Ben 10? Them Baton Rouge boys, they just crazy. That stuff is just foolery. But anyway, yeah, back in Baton Rouge, a couple of weeks after he got shot, he in a wheelchair, he get popped again. Ben 10 get popped again. Boy, Ben 10, you need to set your eyes down somewhere. Boy, you getting popped everywhere. A couple of weeks later, after all that stuff with Allstar JR, he go to Baton Rouge, cutting the food, and in a drive-by, he got popped again. Boy, I tell you, boy, these young brothers, boy, that's the funniest thing. Got popped again. So y'all let Uncle Bucky know what y'all say on this. Do y'all think it should be self-defense, or did he really go overboard with the whole thing about finding them extra shots, even a headshot? But like I said earlier, he had no more bullets. So he got pissed, I guess, and pistol whip him and spat in the face. So y'all let Uncle Bucky know what y'all think about that down there. Should it be self-defense, or should they, throw the book at Allstar JR? Now, I'm going to tell y'all one thing. I got a message for Ben 10. Now, before I give y'all my opinion on Ben 10, now, I'm going to have to get these demons up out of here because I know y'all might come for old Uncle Bucky, okay? Ben 10 and everybody, I got to put y'all in better vibration. Okay? I got to put y'all in better vibration. Ben 10. Uncle Bucky said, I think you got what you deserve, young man. Let the record show that you and your cronies tried to rob somebody. And evidently, you done did some stuff in Baton Rouge that got you popped the second time while you're in the wheelchair. So Uncle Bucky saying, Ben 10, I think you got what you deserve because you a troublemaker. Okay? So I guess as Uncle Bucky always tell folks, they need to sit their butt down somewhere, right? Well, Ben 10, guess what? I guess you got no choice but to sit down now, right? Mm-hmm. You in a wheelchair, you can't help but sit down. All right, sit down somewhere, Ben 10. And on that note, Uncle Bucky gonna tell y'all hold it in the road.